What's up, guys? Today begins September over on Twitch, and we'll be live all month long grabbing footage, playing around, chatting COD, gaming, and all things you can think of. If you'd like to come hang out, chill, join the community, and even get discounted deals on first time and extended subs, the link's in the description below. I'd love to see you there. But anyways, let's get to the content at hand. We're kind of in that period with Season 5 where the new and exciting things are kind of on the back burner just slightly. Partially in part because of the fact that we had Season 5 Reloaded drop last week, and also because we're upcoming on some big things for the next game of Black Ops Cold War, with a multiplayer reveal happening next week on the 9th. So while we had a major content drop last week and some big anticipation for next week, this week is kind of just there for maybe most of who you ask. That said, we did get some changes, no less, within Modern Warfare and Warzone today, so that's what I want to discuss with you here. The changes, the new features to be seen, and the new additions, as well as what's still on deck for this week. That said, as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think here of this new week ahead for Modern Warfare? Looking forward to it and what was added today, maybe not so much. Whatever it is, feel free to let me know. As well, if you are new to the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare, Warzone, and of course, Black Ops Cold War as we round into an exciting next few weeks here. That said, let's jump into it. For the front-facing changes, we see a few things of noteworthy value. Firstly, as always, let's start with the playable end of things, the playlist update that we ended up seeing for MP as well as Warzone. Admittedly, it's not a full-on refresh like we've seen in past weeks where we have just about every single playlist being changed out. Instead, a lot of these are still carrying over. This week on offer, we have the Gunfight Tournament, the Games of Summer continuing, Boots on the Ground War, Blueprint Gunfight, Ground War Reinforced, Shoot the Ship, and Search and Rescue. Now, the tournament, Games of Summer, Blueprint Gunfight, Ground War Reinforced, Shoot the Ship, that's stuff we've all seen before and really isn't anything that is super noteworthy. But the big things, of course, to me, are the Boots on the Ground War reintroduction here. It's been a while since we've seen this one, but that means Ground War, but without your things like your tanks and your APCs, which to me is the biggest downfall of Ground War gameplay. I'm not a huge fan of tanks. I've said that since the very beginning, since the beta, but that's available for you to play around with here this week, and I think is definitely something I'm gonna be jumping back into MP and getting some footage here for that. But we also end up seeing that Search and Rescue is introduced for the first time, if not mistaken, within Modern Warfare of 2019. We have seen this in the past in other Call of Duties. It's a hybrid of Search and Rescue, but also with some revives and I guess you could say respawns in that sense available, because you can go down, but you can get back into play by the help of your teammates. So it introduces some new dynamics of how you'd play the game, some new engagements, and maybe just some new tactical measures that you take in order to win that round of Search and Rescue. Definitely jump in if you haven't played the Classic before, or if you're just yearning to play a Classic game mode, or Classic variation of the game mode, I should say, again here in Modern Warfare. Outside of that, again, all really self-explanatory. We'll come back to Games of Summer here in just a few seconds, but quickly touching on it here, the Gunfight Tournament still, again, does not have any specified end date here for this, though I'd imagine at the very least we'll see it go until next Tuesday. We talked about on Friday when it was introduced that it didn't really have any specified end date, and the very first one that we ended up seeing of the Gunfight Tournament months back now at this point only lasted that weekend. Since then, they've all lasted 10 to 17 days, so that weekend plus a week or two after that. So I would imagine we at least have this next week here, maybe though going on into the next week as well. But while you have the opportunity, make sure you jump in and get that Bruin Blueprint, because if you're a Warzone player, it's quite literally kitted out and looks awesome for Warzone. Now, jumping on over into the Warzone side of things, this is where it is kind of disappointing. We don't really have anything of noteworthy value here. The only change that we have is Plunder Blood Money is in place now of standard traditional Plunder quads. So you get a little bit more of that cash yield, of course, for those kills and those contracts. But again, nothing super out of the ordinary, nothing that really introduces a new way to play the game that we haven't seen before. Now, finally, on the front-facing side in terms of playable content, today is the last day of the unlockable portions of the Games of Summer. You still have a couple of days here to work on this, so don't feel pressured that you have to jump on immediately and do this. You still have a couple of days to complete it, but it is the final day of the unlockable pieces. So that means the fifth and final trial is now available to play, in which this one is the shooting range on King, in which once you complete this, if you get gold and you have gold on all the other ones, you now of course get that Grau 556 blueprint, the Steeplechase blueprint coming along with that Archangel barrel, PBX hollow sight, the XRK Strike Light 3 stock, the FTAC R89 rubber grip, and the Merc foregrip. Again, a very cool looking blueprint if you ask me, kind of that toy weapon build almost, but something that really, while you can tweak some of the attachments, still at its base is a pretty decent loadout here for it. Now, the only other front-facing content was what was added head into the shop, and this one may or may not interest you, but we finally now see that Mara Kawaii Cat bundle added in, along with also the new Game Winner bundle, and potentially, again, depending on if you have it or not, because these are usually user end and can vary on a case-by-case basis. We also saw the Royal Armory Reserve collection added in today as well. But for the Mara Kawaii Cat bundle, this is something that was finally added in. We saw this teased all the way back in since the mid-season update, I think, of last season in Season 4, but it comes along with the Notice Meow Mara skin, the Slang Moon M13, the Aomi Kadachi, the Nyan Charm, the Kawaii Copter Helicopter skin, the Kawaii Metal APC vehicle skin, the Just Perfect calling card, the Mara Cat emblem, the Mia Moore quip, and also the Queen of Spades finishing move. All that comes along for 2,400 con points and is something that will fit nicely into those collections of other anime skins that we've seen so far added in, such as the truck skin, the M4, the MP7, all other weapons like that, but that's available here for you guys. And a quick little passing mention here with this, also recently added in were support a creator codes for the ability to directly support any of your favorite creators with the purchase of any items in the store. Personally, I don't have a code here just yet, though I am curious, if I were to have one, would you end up using code Espresso in the item shop? Let me know in the comments below. But if you do have any interest in picking these things up, definitely find one of those creators that do have one of those codes here, say code Prestige, code Drifter, code Sean J, to help support any of the number of creators here in the COD community. But moving along, we also saw the Game Winner bundle included here with this week's featured update, in which that comes along with the Gunner Gas skin, the Tiki Taka Ram 7 blueprint, the Fast Break sticker, the Stellar Strike calling card, the Wingback emblem, the Onward to Victory spray, and the Footy charm. That comes along for 1,400 COD points. Honestly, I think I like the design of the blueprint and the camo on the Ram 7, though I would tweak some of the attachments here so that may adjust how the weapon itself looks, but that's available as well. And then finally, the Royal Armory Reserve collection comes along with the Invincible Arsenal Odin blueprint and the Tower Car 98K blueprints, along with the Royal Guard calling card and the Chivalry emblem. Honestly, I'm not the biggest user of the Odin, but it looks badass, and also I love the look of that Car 98K, and that build is actually really good for somebody that, say, wants to use this in Warzone. So those were added in as well here with this, but outside of that, that's the update that we got here within Modern Warfare and Warzone as of today. But there is still a little bit up on deck that you can look forward to as of the upcoming days here throughout this week. Those things predominantly dealing with the end of Games of Summer. That's going to cap off later this week here. That goes until the 7th, but it is something that while you still have that opportunity to take part in those trials, get that blueprint, make sure you do that before that time ends up running out. But to celebrate the end day of that is going to be something that there's going to be a one-day triple XP event here with this, in which you can get double XP, double weapon XP, and double battle pass tier progression all day long on September 7th. So to cap off Games of Summer, that's a nice little way to do it if you ask me. That's going to be coming later on this week. Again, isn't necessarily here right now, but it's still something you can look forward to. Other than that, that is the update here at this, and that's everything you can expect to see here with this week in Call of Duty and Modern Warfare. I'm excited to see outside of Modern Warfare what we may end up seeing revealed to us here in terms of Black Ops Cold War, because again, that multiplayer reveal event is happening as of next week, so we should be getting some information here at the very least on what we can expect to see. So that'll be something we can learn over the course of time here in this upcoming week. But for right now, that's where we're going to wrap it up. That's everything that we saw with today's update. Love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this here? You're liking this update so far? Maybe not so much. Finally happy to see that Mara Kawaii Cat bundle introduced. Whatever it is, let me know in the comments below. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare, Warzone, and of course, Black Ops Cold War content as we round into an incredibly exciting time here coming up. If you're interested in any of that, hit that subscribe button. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. Practically live on both those. If you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name's been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.